What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, March 4th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. A Suicide Squad sequel is in the works at Warner Brothers months before the first movie's release. Sources told the Rap director David Ayer hopes to film the movie Bright with Suicide Squad star Will Smith before Warner Brothers, quote, brings him and Smith back for a planned Suicide Squad sequel in 2017. The tidbit appeared in the website's article about Bright, a cop thriller with fantasy elements, co-starring Black Mass actor Joel Edgerton. Smith, who portrays Deadshot in Suicide Squad, will play an orc cop in the new project. Suicide Squad opens in theaters August 5th with Jared Leto as the Joker, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. The DC Comics adaptation is expected to do well, with its first trailer receiving over 64 million views. Ayer wrote and directed Suicide Squad with the Dark Knight producer Charles Roven and Richard Suckle as co-producers. The film follows a titular team of anti-heroes as they perform dangerous missions in exchange for a commuted prison sentence. Smith said at a press conference last year, "I guess I like the concept of dubious morals. I always like to play in that area. In my life, in general, and in my career, those are the type of roles that I'm pushing more towards, those kind of questions." He lauded, it's really cool the way that David Ayer works. It's all images, all ideas, and he holds the screen pretty close, and he just keeps sending you things about your character. He just wants you to be prepared for anything. Smith started work on the David Franco drama Collateral Beauty with Edward Norton and Keira Knightley this week. The actor is also slated for American Can and the sequel to Bad Boys 3 with Martin Lawrence. The box office behemoth Star Wars The Force Awakens is set for digital release April 1st and will be available on DVD Blu-ray April 5th. The seventh film in the story franchise was directed by J.J. Abrams and featured original stars icons Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher, as well as newcomers Adam Driver, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, and Daisy Ridley. A press release from the Walt Disney Company announced the home video's release date. Star Wars The Force Awakens shattered box office records upon its debut to become the cinematic event of a generation with over $926 million domestic and $2.05 billion worldwide. Discover the complete story behind the making of Star Wars The Force Awakens with in-depth documentary and bonus materials that will take fans on an exciting journey behind the scenes. Secrets will be revealed through extensive footage, never-before-seen deleted scenes, and exclusive interviews with the actors and filmmakers. In a related story, Daisy Ridley divulged as much information as she could about the next Star Wars film, which she opened opposite Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker. After a brief clip from Lucasfilm announced last month the beginning of production for Star Wars Episode 8, Ridley told MTV at the Academy Awards she and Hamill have been, quote, rehearsing a lot, and it's really amazing. She said, when we went back to Skillet to do opening of 8, it was so crazy doing the same scenes with different crews of people, referencing to the final scene of Episode 7 and the expected opening scene of Episode 8. She said of Hamill, he's amazing to rehearse with, and I'm very excited to be doing the rest of the stuff. After a brief moment, the British actress enthusiastically added, it's such a good story. Seriously, Luke is so cool in this one. Really. After the Oscar ceremony, the 23-year-old Star Wars The Force Awakens actress made headlines for being the apple of child actor Jacob Tremblay's eye during the Vanity Fair after party. The 9-year-old room actor shared a photo of himself posing with Ridley on Instagram shortly after their meeting. Tremblay wrote, met #Ray, she is awesome, but at Daisy Ridley is even cooler. Ridley returned the kind words by also sharing the photo, saying meeting the young actor was, quote, one of the best parts of this weekend. HBO has decided not to send advance copies of Game of Thrones Season 6 to the press in a bid to avoid leaks and to keep the show's pilot a secret. HBO programming president Michael Lombardo said Wednesday during an interview with Entertainment Weekly, we're not sending out press copies this year anywhere in the world. There will be no copies for review. The decision comes after 4 episodes leaked online from a press copies sent out in 2015 ahead of the Season 5 premiere. The leaked videos were reportedly downloaded 3.22 million times in 24 24 hours. Lombardo continued referencing to series creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. It's painful for Dan and David when leaks happen. When you have press copies, inevitably friends ask, "Can I see your copy?" There are things that happen. We talked about the upsides and downsides. Some of the press are fans who might be disappointed, but they'll understand. As the season 6 premiere nears, Game of Thrones is entering uncharted territory as for the first time ever, the show has moved past the book's timeline penned by George R.R. Martin, who has yet to finish writing the series. Game of Thrones Season 6 premieres April 24th on HBO. The first full-length trailer for Sony Pictures' Ghostbusters reboot shows the new team fitted with classic jumpsuits, proton packs, and a decked-out hearse as they confront dozens of ghosts. Sony released a clip first to a group of about 3 dozen die-hard Ghostbusters fans on-site at Sony Pictures at Culver City, California, Wednesday, before opening it to the public online the following day. Attended by director Paul Feig, screenwriter Katie Dippold, and the original film's director Ivan Reitman, the viewing event reportedly sparked enthusiasm among the attendees who requested a second viewing of the trailer during their visit. Dippold said at the event, "I'm so happy for today to have you guys applauding the trailer. This man Fig has put himself out there getting the worst tweets, so to see this warm energy from the fans means a lot. He's been thinking about you guys first and foremost." Although the trailer begins with the mention of the 1986 team, which consisted of Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, and others, Fig reminded fans the new film is not a sequel but a reboot. He says, "I didn't like the idea of them being handed technology. I wanted to see it develop. I'm such a tech head. I'm completely geeking over these proton packs in the front of the theater." The upcoming film will see Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones as the new Ghostbusters crew. Wiig will play physicist Aaron Gilbert, while McCarthy plays paranormal expert Abby Yates. McKinnon will play nuclear engineer Gillian Holtzman, along with Jones as Pally Tolan, an MTA worker in New York who lends her street smarts, family hearse, and first-hand paranormal experiences to the city's budding ghostbusting business. Sony's Ghostbusters reboot opens in theaters July 15th. Once Upon a Time creator Adam Horowitz says ABC renewed the hit show for the 6th season. Horowitz tweeted Thursday, "Thrilled to announce that hashtag Once Upon a Time has been picked up for season 6. Thank you ABC and thank you for the most extraordinary fans ever." The fairy tale themed series stars Jennifer Goldwyn, Jennifer Morrison, Josh Dallas, Robert Carlyle, Emily DeRaveny, and Colin O'Donoghue. Roddenberry Entertainment President Rod Roddenberry and Chief Operating Officer Trevor Ruff are serving as executive producers on a new Star Trek television series. Other executive producers include Alex Kurtzman, Heather Cadden, and Brian Fuller, who was previously announced as showrunner. Rod Roddenberry is the son of the TV and film franchise's late creator, Gene Roddenberry. Fuller said in a statement Thursday, "Gene Roddenberry, the great bird of the galaxy, left a finely feathered nest for all who love Star Trek to enjoy. And it's only fitting that Rod Roddenberry and Roddenberry Entertainment join our new Trek adventure to ensure that his father's legacy of hope for the future and infinite diversity in infinite combinations runs through our tales as Gene Roddenberry intended." Roddenberry added, "Moral dilemmas, human issues, complex characters, and a genuine sense of humor. These are the cornerstones of Star Trek and what have made it such an influential and beloved franchise for the last 50 years. While I will always be humbled by its legacy and the legion of fans who are its guardians, it is a genuine honor to be joining a team of imaginative and incredibly capable individuals whose endeavor it is to uphold the tenets of Star Trek's legacy while bringing it to audiences in a new era on a new contemporary platform." The new series will begin with a special preview broadcast on CBS in early 2017. The premiere episode and all subsequent first-run episodes will then be available exclusively in the United States on CBS All Access, the network's digital subscription video on demand and live streaming service, CBS said. The new as-of-yet untitled Star Trek series marks the first original programming developed for CBS All Access. No casting has been announced yet. David Hasselhoff is returning to the lifeguard post alongside Dwayne Johnson in the upcoming film revival of Baywatch. Johnson confirmed Hasselhoff's involvement in the project Wednesday, posting a video of himself also over social media, speaking with the actor using FaceTime. Johnson captioned the post on Instagram, "Pleasure to officially welcome the original hashtag Baywatch gangster himself, David Hasselhoff, to our movie. Hashtag Baywatch is the most successful TV show of all time, and from the day we announced it, we were turning it into a movie. The Hoff has been our greatest supporter." Johnson asked the 63-year-old in the clip, "I don't know if the world is ready for the both of us. Are you ready?" The former Baywatch star responded back, "Come on, man, The Rock and the Hoff, I was born ready." Directed by Seth Gordon, the upcoming film adaptation follows an experienced lifeguard played by Johnson who is forced to join forces with a young upstart played by Zac Efron in order to save their beach from an environmental disaster. Hasselhoff joins a growing cast that also includes Alexandra Daddario, Priyanka Chopra, Kelly Rollback, and Hannibal Buress. Hasselhoff famously portrayed lifeguard Mitch Buchanan, the role Johnson has taken over alongside Pamela Anderson in the original television series, which ran from 1989 to 2001. Hasselhoff also produced the series. Baywatch hits theaters May 19th, 2017. Ginger Z and Mischa Barton will probably compete on Dancing with the Stars Season 22. News outlets reports the 35-year-old Good Morning America weather anchor and 30-year-old actress will appear on the ABC reality competition after Joey Sweden was confirmed as the first contestant Wednesday. Z will be partnered with professional dancer Val Chemininski, while Barton will team up with Artemin Chigistov, according to Entertainment Tonight. Sweden will dance with Keel Mosepi, and Nal DeMarco and Kim Fields are also rumored as contestants. Dancing with the Stars will announce a full list of contestants March 8th on Good Morning America before returning for his 22nd season March 21st. Six-time champion Derek Huff will not return as a pro as his sister Julianne Huff is out as a judge. A source told Us Weekly after the news broke, Derek will always love Dancing with the Stars and the friends he's made through the show, and the door isn't closed there. He will always be a part of the family. Z welcomed her first child, son Adrian Konaminos, with husband Ben Aaron in December and is on maternity leave from GMA. The weather anchor revealed she will return to the ABC morning show March 14th in a tweet Thursday. Barton is best known for playing Marissa Cooper on The OC and has appeared on The Beautiful Life TBL and Law & Order SVU. She will next star in the drama Deserted with Jackson Davis. Ross Marquand showed off his celebrity impersonation skills on set of Jimmy Kimmel Live. The Walking Dead actor took to the stage Wednesday night at host Kimmel's request for an improv challenge and delivered impersonations of Justin Timberlake, Sylvester Stallone, Christopher Walken, and more. Marquand, who's 34, started off the brief segment with a spot-on impersonation of Matthew McConaughey and a quick reference to his film Interstellar before moving on to others including John C. Reilly, Kevin Spacey, and Christian Bale. Before his breakout role on The Walking Dead, Marquand appeared as Paul Newman on AMC's Mad Men. He is also a voice-over actor who has heard on such programs as Phineas and Ferb and Conan. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office has confirmed it will release to the public the results of Bobbi Kristina Brown's autopsy so long as it's legally authorized to do so. The office said in a press release posted online Thursday afternoon, as of the date and time below, the Fulton County Medical Examiner has not received a signed authorization from the court indicating whether we can release information, and if so, what type of information can be released. If we do receive authorization later today, we do not plan to release information until tomorrow, March 4th, 2016. The earliest. The 22-year-old daughter of musician Bobby Brown and his late ex-wife, recording superstar Whitney Houston, died under hospice care July 26, 2015, 6 months after she was found unresponsive in a bathtub full of water in her Georgia townhouse. Representatives for Bobbi Kristina's estate have accused her boyfriend, Nick Gordon, of causing her death. However, the circumstances remains under investigation. No criminal charges have been filed against Gordon. He has vehemently denied any wrongdoing. Kate Hudson celebrated her book release with her family and friends last week. The 36-year-old Rock the Cash Bar star launched her first book, Pretty Happy, with mom Goldie Hawn and 7-year-old actress's longtime partner Kurt Russell by her side. Hudson's clothing line, Fabletics, hosted the party in West Hollywood. Fashion designers and television personalities Rachel Zoe, Molly Sims, and Nicole Richie were among the other celebrities in attendance. Hudson said at the event in an interview for the March 14th issue of People magazine, "The book is really about connecting to the things that make you happy when life kicks you off your feet, instead of sort of aiming for the things that seem unattainable." Hudson is the daughter of Hahn and musician Bill Hudson, who were married from 1976 to 1982. Hahn has nothing but praise for her only daughter, saying Hudson's book passes on a beautiful message. The Overboard star said, "I see Katie as someone who will continue to grow. What I'm loving is her love of what she's doing. She's inspiring people, which I think it's really important." She also added, "It's one thing to be an actress. It's another thing to be able to go out and be an inspiration to others. Take off the coat of actress and show who you really are. I'm very proud of her for that. That's an important important thing because it's who you are and not what you do. Pretty Happy was released in February and has since made the New York Times bestseller list. Hudson was surprised by her own interest in writing, but said releasing the book was, quote, more rewarding than anything she's ever felt. She wrote on Instagram, a huge thank you to everyone who's helped make Pretty Happy a New York Times bestseller. I'm so grateful. Hashtag doing the happy dance. Hudson will next star in Mother's Day with Jennifer Aniston and Julia Roberts and will also appear in Deepwater Horizon with Mark Wahlberg. Jessica Biel and husband Justin Timberlake like to keep their date nights simple but fun. The 34-year-old actress described her ideal day with the 35-year-old singer in an interview with Entertainment Tonight published Wednesday. The former Seventh Heaven star told longtime friend and stylist Joe Z, I kind of like an old-fashioned date. Dinner, movie, makeout, that's like a great day. Biel and Timberlake married in 2012 and welcomed their first son, Silas Randall, in April. The actress stressed the importance of making time for romance in an interview with Extra on Tuesday. She says, you have to make it a priority, I think, no matter what. Whether you have kids or don't have kids, you just have to continue to date. She added, Silas is doing great. It's amazing to watch him learn. The best part is when you come around the corner and they've been hanging out with someone else and he or she sees you and their face lights up. Biel and Timberlake stepped out this week to attend the Vanity Fair Oscar party, which the actress called glamorous and real fun. She also reunited with her Seventh Heaven co-stars at the opening of her restaurant Edge Fuge over the weekend. Biel will next star in The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea with Jason Sudeikis and Maisie Williams and will voice Vix in the animated movie Spark. Timberlake last released part 2 of the 2020 experience in 2013. Tina Fey was victorious in a trivia game opposite journalist Rachel Maddow on The Tonight Show. During their appearance on host Jimmy Fallon's Late Show Wednesday night, Fey and Maddow tapped into their knowledge of cheeses, dog breeds, rappers, and more. Fey luckily outsmarted her opponent when she called Maddow's bluff about a sort of goat cheese. During the show, producer Fey revealed she rejected Liam Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth, and Ryan Gosling to play her love interest in her new movie Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, set in war-torn Afghanistan, ultimately giving the role to Martin Freeman. She said, I was a fan of Martin. I was a fan of Martin forever. I have a type. As you know, my type is travel size. I like little dudes. Earlier this week, Fey turned up on Howard Stern's Sirius XM radio show to confirm the musical adaptation of her 2004 screenplay Mean Girls. She said she has been collaborating with husband, composer Jeff Richmond, in developing a proper musical adaptation for the film. John Stamos, Bob Saget, and Dave Coulier joined Stephen Colbert Wednesday for a cop drama reimagining of Full House. The skit titled Full House Nights featured the trio reprising the roles as Danny Tanner, Uncle Jesse, and Uncle Joey from the popular sitcom series as gritty detectives who, quote, have seen a little bit too much. Stamos said, explaining the premise to the Late Show host, the basic premise is that after the Tanner kids go to sleep, the Full House daddies go out to the mean streets of San Francisco and we solve crimes. The scene starts with Colbert now as a mustache-wanted criminal named Dimitri, waiting to be confronted by the police inside an interrogation room. Stamos yells, cut the cap, Dimitri, where's the next shipment coming in? Colbert responds, I don't know what you're talking about, strangely young-looking man. After Coulier displays Uncle Jesse's signature Bullwinkle and Popeye cartoon impressions, Saget offers to forgive Colbert in classic Full House fashion, offering him residence inside his family home. Saget says, everybody has pain, and everybody wants to bury that pain under piles and piles of blow. But it's no excuse to break the law. I think you've learned an important lesson here today, Dimitri. Elvis Costello, the late Marvin Gaye, Tom Petty, Nile Rodgers, and the late Bernard Edwards and Chip Taylor will be the latest inductees into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. The 47th annual induction and awards dinner is slated for June 9th at the Marriott Marquis Hotel in New York City. Additional special award honorees will be announced soon, organizers said. Co-chairs Kenneth Gamble and Leon Hobbs said in a joint statement, the 2016 roster of Songwriters of Hall of Fame inductees is a beautiful mosaic of the best late 20th century pop music. Popular music, with creators of rock and roll, soul, R&B, country, and funk dance represented. We are looking forward to an unforgettable and extremely exciting event and evening at the Marquis Marriott on June 9th. With the exception of two, all of the 2016 inductees are alive and continue to be as vitally creative as ever. This year's induction and awards dinner will mark our first year as chairman at the Songwriters Hall of Fame helm, and we cannot be more excited about the quality and diversity of the songs and songwriters that will be honored. Kanye West and deMouse continued to feud on Twitter after the house music performer called out the rapper for using the torrent site The Pirate Bay. The beef started Wednesday when West inadvertently revealed that he was using the Pirate Bay to search for Serum, a synthesizer plugin that sells for nearly $200. deMouse tweeted to West after he posted a screenshot of his Safari browser to highlight the YouTube page for the Sufjan Stevens song Death with Dignity. Can't afford Serum? One of the tabs opened revealed a Pirate Bay search for Serum. Shortly after, the power singer responded to deMouse's mock his name, signatured mouse-shaped headpiece, and titled streaming numbers after West helped to elevate the music service with the exclusive release of his latest album, deMouse. West started before asking the DJ to perform at his daughter's birthday party as Minnie Mouse. deMouse, is this person's name pronounced deMouse5? Hashtag, whose job is it to carry the head of the plane? Hashtag, do your check the Mickey Mouse head or carry on. Hashtag, does it get hot? deMouse fired back tweeting, I'm going to let you finish, but you should probably be saving the money for a 4th grade education, and adding, I can outdo an idiot. It's what I do. deMouse has since changed his name on Twitter to deadmau5, referencing West's earlier renaming. The two music stars previously shared the stage together in 2015 as part of Jay-Z's Tidal launch event, which also featured Beyonce, Rihanna, Daft Punk, Jack White, Madonna, Usher, and more, pledging support to the music streaming service. Chrissy Teigen doesn't think Kanye West's feud with Taylor Swift is over yet. The 30-year-old model addressed the 38-year-old rapper's beef with Swift on Wednesday's episode of Watch What Happens Live, admitting she and husband John Lennon were uncomfortable when Swift dissed West at the 2016 Grammys. Teigen, who is friends with both West and Swift, said, it's so hard when you're put in the middle like that. It's tough. It's so awkward. It's an uncomfortable moment. John and I were both uncomfortably about it. And as she added, before telling host Andy Cohen she predicts the conflict will continue. Well, I'll tell you, it's not over. This is going to go on. This is being waged. West's feud with Swift dates back to 2009 when the rapper interrupted the 26-year-old singer's speech at the MTV Video Music Awards. West referenced the incident in a new song, claiming he made Swift famous, and the singer shot back at the Grammys in February. Swift said at the time, as the first woman to win Album of the Year at the Grammys twice, I want to say to all the young women out there, there are going to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame. West, who is well known for his Twitter rants and public outbursts, made headlines this week with his feud with the DJ deMouse. The rapper recently had a meltdown prior to a Saturday Night Live performance where he claimed to be more influential than the Apostle Paul. A New York judge has ordered singer Madonna and ex-husband actor Guy Ritchie to come to a peaceful solution amid a bitter public custody battle over their son Rocco Ritchie. The two were not present in court physically Tuesday, but were connected via conference call in order to hear Judge Deborah Kaplan say that their 15-year-old son should remain in London for the time being. The Rebel Heart Tour frontwoman called in from New Zealand, with Ritchie phoning in from London. Neither Madonna nor Ritchie spoke during the hearing except to confirm their identities. Kaplan said, no one is disrupting this household. The child is in school. Let us try to allow him to go forward in the most normal way. We're not forcing the child to leave school. His mother isn't asking that. The judge scolded the ex-couple during the court hearing, advising them to find a peaceful solution for the sake of their son, who reportedly desires more private dealings. Kaplan said, frankly, both parties have chosen to live their lives in a very public way and may welcome the publicity, but the child has not. He would like this matter resolved and the issues concerning him and his family in the most private way possible. Ritchie has reportedly enrolled in school in London near his father. The school was approved by both Guy Ritchie and Madonna, according to Us Weekly. The judge decided and allowed the teen to remain with his father in London instead of coming back to New York. The issue began when Rocco decidedly remained in London after visiting his father, the director Ritchie, for the holidays. Madonna, amidst of her Rebel Heart World Tour, called for his return ahead of the school year, at no available despite a court order. Despite widespread rumors following frontman Dave Grohl's recent solo performance at the Grammys and the Academy Awards, rock band Foo Fighters are not breaking up. The band released a video mocking rumors on Wednesday featuring a comedy sketch imagining what breaking up would look like and who, if any, would replace Grohl. The clip, which we advise contains a fair amount of profanity, begins with Grohl discussing his solo prospects with a friend. Instead of playing in a band or even playing an instrument, he is seen heading to the studio to attempt breaking into the electronic scene. Meanwhile, bandmates Taylor Hawkins Hawkins, Pat Smear, Nate Mendel, and Chris Shiflett convened to select a new singer out of a pool, including Justin Bieber, Phil Collins, and Gwen Stefani. Eventually, former 98 Degree singer Nick Lachey heeded his call to try out. A written message at the end of the video finally put all the rumors of the band's breakup to rest. It read, "For the millionth time, we're not breaking up, and nobody's going solo." The clip comes soon after musician Hawkins recently said that the Foo Fighters were on an indefinite hiatus, and he said, "We did so much in the last 5 or 6 years, we as a band could go into the studio tomorrow and have just as much fun as we ever had, but I think the world needs a break from us for a little while," he added. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1966, John Lennon sparks his first major controversy. In England, no one took much notice of the John Lennon quotation that later set off a media frenzy in America, chalked it up as a fundamental difference in religion outlook between Britain and America, or to a fundamental difference in a sense of humor. Whatever the reason, it was only after the American press got hold of his words some 5 months later that the John Lennon comment that first appeared on the London Evening Standard on March 4th, 1966, erupted into the bigger-than-Jesus scandal that brought a semi-official end to the giddy phenomenon known as Beatlemania. In their original context, Lennon remarks were clearly meant not as a boast, but as a sardonic commentary on the waning importance of religion. Lennon said, "Christianity will go, it will vanish and shrink. We're more popular than Jesus." It was only one comment in an interview that covered such wide-range topics as gorilla suits and car phones, but it was this comment alone that made its way into the American teeny bopper magazine Datebook several months later, boiled down to the straightforward line, "We're more popular than Jesus." From there, a handful of Bible Belt disc jockeys took over, declaring the Lennon's remarks blasphemous and vowing an eternal ban on all Beatles music, past, present, and future. Announced 2 DJs on WACI in Birmingham in August 1966. Beatles boycott is still in effect. Don't forget to take your Beatle records and your Beatle paraphernalia to any of our 14 pickup points in Birmingham, Alabama, and turn them in this week. The plan in Birmingham, as in various other cities around the South, was to burn the Beatles records turned in by angry listeners. Though it is unclear how many such events really took place, the story of the burnings definitely reached the Beatles. John Lennon years later said, "When they started burning our records, that was a real shock. I couldn't go away knowing I'd create another little piece of hate in the world, so I apologize." The apology Lennon offered was not for the message he was trying to convey, but for conveying it in a way that confused its meaning. At a press conference in Chicago, John explained, "I'm not anti-God, anti-Christ, or anti-religion. I was not saying we are better, greater or better. I believe in God, but not as one thing, but not as an old man in the sky. I'm sorry if I said it really. I never meant it to be a lousy anti-religious thing. From what I've read or observed, Christianity just seems to be shrinking, to be losing contact." And that was your entertainment report for Friday, March 4th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RayMelo. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend, good night, and God bless you all.